Well, Francine Bloom got her first job as a model 8 years ago when her daughter Natalie, who was then aged 28, retired from the industry to start a family. And we're also joined by Marcel Dargy-Smith, who is a writer and broadcaster and, of course, former editor of Thomson magazine. Francine, is it impertinent for me to ask how old you are?
62.
You look amazing, of course. What kind of work are you getting as a model?
All sorts. Had to catwalk, commercials, catalogues, magazines.
You inundated with work?
I wouldn't say I'm inundated, but I'm quite busy. I'm doing well. It's busy enough.
Well, so it's an aging world, so it's an aging market. So that's why you have, well, it's not fair to call them aging.
Well, that's quite fair, actually. But I think the median age of women in Europe is about 47. And you, that convenient word, grey power. Nobody's grey. None of us go grey. You probably noticed. Unless you're on a saga cruise, you don't go grey. But there's a huge amount of, disposable income there. The kids have gone. I think Francine's pretty exceptional. But I used to use her daughter all the time on Cosmopolitan. She was the best model we ever had. Natalie Bloom was always on the cover. And they do look amazingly alike. Having said that, we have a lot of money. And so to look at somebody of 16 advertising a skin cream or even clothes, I mean, it's much easier, isn't it, to walk into Marks and Spencer thinking, well, there is Twiggy. Even in my brain, she's the sweet young thing. I know she's over 50, and that's very reassuring. I can go in there because they're talking to me.
Okay, what got you into modelling? Because as we just suggested, your daughter had to retire, so to speak, at the age of 28. And what happened then?
Well, I won a competition with the Daily Mail. It was about looking good in your 50s. And thanks to that, I was introduced to, and thanks to my daughter as well, I was introduced to Harriet Close from Close Models with my agent, because she was a model 10 years ago, and that she started her own agency because she thought there was a niche in the market. And she's been very successful, and she's been looking after me very well too.
Are the famous faces we were looking at, though, really telling it like it is? I'm talking about surgical enhancement here, which, is only for the better off, surely.
Well, no, because
And should it be,
but apparently it isn't, because if you read the papers every day, everybody's doing it. You've got all these programs every day. You just go and you get a bank loan, you think, I want, a facelift, I want new breasts, I'd like a bit of something. None of the people look on the thing. I wouldn't mind,
You said it, but hang on, you said a good thing.
It doesn't matter. I think it's good. I mean, I'm sure great-grandmothers would say, oh, she's wearing rouge, or, oh, she dyes her hair. We've rolled on since then. It kind of goes down, and it makes you feel better. That's fine. All these women you've got on the wall, I don't know what they've all done, but they all look pretty damn good. And of course, yes, Francine and I would both say, yeah, we identify more with Jane Fonda, although she's
Something in particular that she hadn't had.
no work. No, we know she's had lots of work, but she's incredibly thin. I mean, the buzzword, I guess, still has to be thin. They're all looking very, very good.
Buffy, how honest can you be about your appearance? I mean, many women at 62 are quite grey, quite wrinkled.
Well, I'm grey.
So you have to dye your hair.
I dye my hair. Yeah. I wouldn't want to do clay.
But everybody does. You see very few grey-haired people, at 6.
Mind you, I was grey quite early on, in my 30s anyway, so.
But wouldn't it be more honest then if all the models who were greyer and more wrinkled were those who were modelling?
Well, if Francine hasn't had any work done, I know what people look like who've had work done, and there's a woman who's had no work done. I can see it on her face. And everybody I know, and they're from their 40s, is dyeing their hair. I mean, how honest do you have to be? You don't have to be, otherwise nobody would wear a half bra or something, to lift their waist in.
We know all the pretty awful.
We look like that.
After a certain age, I can say.
We look like men.
Oh, I had to say, well, for me, it's been wonderful, in the life, because before that, I was looking after my children, and it's just been like a new lease of life. And, my children, Natalie and Philip, I'm supposed to mention,
Lovely.
That's very sad. See myself, thank you for joining. It's just like,